audience is requested to remain standing and join in the singing of the national anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, our true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome, graduates. My name is Laurie Stewart, and this is Eli Funston, and we are pleased to be your MCs for the evening. Thank you to Sage Knief for singing the national anthem, Mr. Chris Gilbertson for piping the graduates and staff into the auditorium, and Clara Meisner for the pre-program music. We would like to acknowledge that our commencement ceremony here in Perth is being held on the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe and Algonquin people. We continue to be devoted to ensuring that our young people see, hear, and experience Indigenous teachings, history, authors, art, and more, so that we can increase the sense of belonging within our community and encourage more people to think about their own calls to action. We will now begin presenting awards for special achievements and bursaries. Many of these awards are the result of applications the students have made throughout the year and are possible through the generous donations from our surrounding communities. We congratulate all our recipients. However, not all awards will be presented individually. Would presenters please check the program to be prepared for the presentation of the award? Presenters and recipients are asked to use the front set of stairs. Parents wishing to take photos are invited to make their way to the front. You are asked to please wait until just before your graduate is called and then return to your seat behind the graduate's reserved section. A professional photographer from PhotoVisions will be taking the graduate's photo as they receive their diploma, and photos will be available for purchase in the lobby immediately following the ceremony. The 1989 PDCI Committee Raising the Devil Award is granted to the student who shows outstanding interest in developing school spirit, participates in various activities, assists other students, and presents a good public image of the school. The graduating class nominated and elected the winner of the 2022 award. Mrs. Sharon Bork will now make the presentation to a most deserving recipient, Luke Popowell. Honors its top graduating student in all 3 university math courses with a scholarship donated by 3M Canada. Mr. Nick Tupper is pleased to present this year's award to Caleb Moore. The Aileen and Basil William and Marilyn Buffum Science Award is presented to the student that displays passion and high marks in university physics and chemistry. Mr. Nick Tupper will now do the honors, presenting to Sage Knief. The Albany International Award is presented to the student who reflects Albany values by an exemplary record of community involvement in Perth and, as well, is now pursuing a post-secondary education. Mr. George Hart will now make the presentation to Bryden Burns. Would Miss Sony Thind please come forward? The Amrita Thind Award is awarded to a former student of Drummond Central School who displays compassion, empathy, racial tolerance, and generosity. Ms. Thind would like to present this award to Sam Gilbertson. The Bathurst, Burgess, Drummond, and Elmsley Firefighters Association Award is presented to a graduating student who has a parent currently on the fire department. Mr. Aidan Ryan will now present the award to Peyton Finley. The Big Thank You, Big Brothers, Big Sisters Award is presented to a student who has been a committed and engaged volunteer with a Jumpstart after-school program. Mr. Greg Anderson is pleased to present this award to Taylor LaBelle.
Would Mrs. Melissa Van Alstyne please come to the stage? The Blueberry Creek Veterinarian Hospital Award is presented to a student who is enrolled in a veterinarian-focused post-secondary program. Mrs. Van Alstyne is happy to present this award to Abby Carson. Would Ms. Ashley McDougall please come to the stage? The Bob Brown Memorial Bursary goes to the graduate who has dealt with adversity during their time at PDCI. Congratulations to Wyatt Harvey. The Dave Onion Memorial Award is presented to a student who excels in the trades and is entering a post-secondary trades or apprenticeship program. Mrs. Pam Reed will present this award to Caleb Thomas. Would Mr. James Teeple please come to the stage? The David and Ann Trick Bursary was established to support a student who is pursuing their post-secondary education. The 2022 recipient is Megan Purdy. Would the Ryan family please come forward? The Dr. Ivan and Muriel Ryan Bursary was established to support a student entering a medical field or similar program. The Ryan family will now present this to Oliver Goebel. Easton Maid Technical Department Proficiency Award is presented to the graduate with the highest standing in 8 technical courses. Mrs. Laurie Stewart is pleased to present this award to Ariana Sweeney. Would Ms. Melinda Henio please come to the stage? The Lanark Leeds Home Builders Association established the Graham Gent Award in memory of one of their members. The recipient is a student with a strong commitment and a high aptitude in the trades who is furthering his or her education through an apprenticeship or college program in construction-related trade. Ms. Henio will now present this award to Jackson Runge. Would Mrs. Nancy Peckett please come to the stage? The Great War Memorial Hospital Auxiliary Bursary is presented to students who are enrolled in a healthcare-related field. Mrs. Nancy Peckett will present 2 awards this evening. Congratulations to Taylor LaBelle and Georgia Rivington. The James D. Canyo Memorial Award is given to a graduate entering a liberal arts program in a university and who is active in extracurricular activities and sports at PDCI. Mrs. Jen Dowse will now present this award to Ben Perkins. Would Mrs. Jennifer Baudouin please come forward? The J.B. Forest Products Limited Award is presented to a student who has expressed an interest in automotive or heavy equipment repair or forestry studies. Ms. Baudouin will now present this award to Brian Scow. The French Department honors its highest achiever with the Judge Frank W. Wilson Memorial Award. Madame Laurie Stewart is pleased to present this award to Sage Knief. Kevin Sullivan Memorial Award is presented to a graduate who has shown great leadership through running, either participating in cross-country or track and field, and has demonstrated perseverance and dedication to life while attending Perth Collegiate. Mrs. Christy Boyce is honored to present to the 2022 recipient, Zoe Strong. The KPMG Accounting Award is offered to the graduate with the highest senior accounting mark who is pursuing post-secondary studies. Presenting this evening is Ms. Cindy Rotar to Carson DeRitter. Hello? Okay, that's working again. This is working. Oh, way over here maybe, okay. Would Mr. Kurt Graves please come forward? I don't know, do we have Mr. All the Martin Graves Memorial Award is being offered to by the Graves family to in memory of Martin Graves to the graduate with the highest mark in grade 12 University Calculus. Mr. Nick Tupper is pleased to present the award to Sophia Tasfarati. The Matheson Award for Leadership is awarded annually to a graduate who has demonstrated great leadership skills. Mrs. Sharon Bork will present the 2022 recipient to Kira Mitchell. Would Ms. Nicole Finley please come to the stage? Mr. Fournier, please step forward. The Ontario Principals Council Leadership Award is presented to a graduating student who has demonstrated leadership in and out of school and has good academic standing and has made an outstanding contribution to the school through active involvement in several areas of student interest. Mr. Fournier will present this award to Sophie Ball. The Ontario Secondary School Teachers Federation District 26 scholarship recipient must have contributed academically, socially, and co-curricularly to the school. Mrs. Vula Strawn will now make the presentation to Zoe Strawn. The Perth and District Community Foundation Benjamin Rogers Memorial Scholarship is presented to a student who attended PDCI and is continuing their studies at a post-secondary college level studying a trade. Mr. Fournier is pleased to present this year's award to Evan Mulville. The Perth Blue Wings Junior B Alumni Bursary is presented to a graduate attending post-secondary who has a commitment and dedication to fitness, sports, or athletics. Mr. Daniel Bork is pleased to present this award to Rowan LaHaze. Would Mr. Glenn Moore please come to the stage? The Perth Civitan Club Blood Donor Bursary is presented to a student who has donated blood and is going on to secondary studies. This year's recipient is Caleb Moore. Perth Civitan Seniors Mentors Award recognizes a graduating student who is outgoing, friendly, and active in sports. Mr. Moore is pleased to present this award to Tate Boyce. Take that one out.
We ask the Reverend Jerry Gallant to please come forward. The Perth Ministerial Bursary is presented to a graduate who is continuing in post-secondary education with an average of at least 70% in their final year, involved in the PDCI and local community, and is an active participant in his or her parish or congregation. Reverend Gallant will now present this award to Daniel Gallant. Mill is sponsoring an award again this year. The graduate with the highest standing in the senior construction course is awarded the Perth Planing Mill Supply Award. Mr. Adam Farrell will now present this award to Riker Stinson. Royal Canadian Legion Branch 244 bursaries are presented to students who have parent members of the Canadian Legion. Mr. Danny Bork is pleased to present this award to Tate Boyce.
Yes, sir, Tate.
The Royal Canadian Legion Branch 395 Lanark is pleased to present an award to a Maple Grove alumni who has demonstrated good character. Ms. Megan Crow will now present this award to Cecilia Forget. The South Sherbrooke Firefighters Association presents an award annually to a graduate entering post-secondary studies in emergency services or medical training, or has a parent actively involved in emergency services. Ms. Hannah Adrain is pleased to present to this year's recipient, Sam Gilbertson. Spring Children Women in Business Bursary is presented to a female graduating student entering a business program. Ms. Emily Morris will now present this award to Cecilia Forget. The Student Success Initiative Scholarship, goodness, is presented to one or more graduating students whose destination is directly in the workplace. I would like to invite Ms. Linda Ross to present this awards to Destiny DeRosier and Lucas Dunlop. Tom Graham Memorial Bursary is presented to a student in one of three categories: academics, the arts, or sports, who sets high standards in his or her pursuits. We are pleased to present to this year's recipient, Sophie Ball. Would Mr. Peter McLaren please come to the stage? The Township of Lanark Highlands Citizenship Award is presented to a Maple Grove School or a Sacred Heart School alumni that has represented Lanark Highlands well. Congratulations to Ariana Sweeney. The Township of Lanark Highlands also sponsors a Most Improved Math Award. This goes to a Maple Grove School or Sacred Heart School alumni who has shown steady improvement in math throughout their high school career. Congratulations to Ryan Drinnen. Would Mr. Dean Fournier please come to the stage? The Trustees Award for Character Always has been established to honor the student whose strength of character has been an inspiration to us all. Mr. Fournier is pleased to present to this year's recipient, Justin Hollywood. The Vision for Action Bursary is presented to students most likely to cure cancer, achieve world peace, and have an excellent attitude. Mr. Eli Funston is pleased to present to this year's three recipients: Natalie Kaya, Sage Kanief, Lily Johnson. I would now like to invite our principal, Mr. Dean Fournier, to address the graduates and our guests.
Welcome to the graduates, their families, our honored guests here this evening. We have Jeremy Hobbs joining us, who is our Executive Superintendent of Business with the Upper Canada District School Board, and many presenters for our special awards given out tonight. Unfortunately, our trustee, Bill McPherson, who represents our school area at the board table, is unable to be here, but he has sent a few words of sentiment for the graduates. From Mr. McPherson. On behalf of myself and the UCDSB Board of Trustees, may I offer your sincerest congratulations and continued success in your life's journey. May your feet take you where your heart shall guide you. Thank you and take care, from Mr. McPherson. Graduations are an opportunity for all of us to celebrate together, and we always look forward to the milestone occasion as much as our students and families do. Next year, many of you are off to work and or further education. You often ask yourself, what do I want to do in my life? I have three kind of questions for you to answer in your head. The first question is, whatever the role is that you're considering, will it bring joy or happiness? Secondly, is it something that taps into your talents? Does it engage your abilities? And thirdly, is this role a genuine service to the people around you or the society at large? So to put those three questions in a bit of a snappier fashion, number one, do you get a kick out of it? Number two, are you any good at it? And number three, does anybody want you to do it? Hopefully you can use these three questions to guide what you choose to do in your career in the years ahead. I often present many quotes from famous philosophers at this time of year, but I've chosen this year to share a story with you, one that I found from my local social media site. So I was waiting in line for a taxi at the airport. A cab pulled up. The first thing I noticed was that the taxi was polished. It was clean, it was sparkling. The cab driver got out, smartly dressed, looked really sharp, black tie, white shirt, freshly pressed black pants. He jumped out, rounded the car to open the back passenger door for me. He handed me a card. It was laminated. And it said, "I'm Robert, I'm your driver. While I'm loading your bags in the trunk, I want you to read the back of the card for my mission statement." Taken aback, I read the back of the card, and it said, "To get my customers to their destination in the quickest, safest, and cheapest way possible in a friendly environment." This kind of blew me away, especially when I noticed the inside of the cab was sparkly clean as well. As he slid behind the wheel, he said to me, "Would you like a cup of coffee? I have decaf and I have a pot of a regular in the thermos." I said jokingly, "No, I prefer a cold drink." He smiled and said, "No problem. I have a cooler up front with regular and Diet Coke, water and orange juice." Not really the cold drink I was thinking about, but anyhow. Almost stuttering, I said, "I'll take water." As we were pulling away, he handed me another card. "These are the stations I get on the radio. What kind of music do you like? Which one would you prefer?" If that wasn't enough, he told me he had the heater on. "Is the temperature okay for you?" Then he advised me of the best route we're going to take to the destination at this time of day. "Tell me, Robert," I was amazed and I asked him, "have you always served your customers this way?" Robert smiled and looked in the rearview mirror. "No, not always. In fact, only the last 2 years I've done this. My first 5 years of driving, I spent most of my time complaining, like the rest of the cabbies do. Then I heard about the power of choice. Power of choice is that you can be a duck or you can be an eagle. If you get up in the morning expecting to have a bad day, you'll rarely disappoint yourself. Stop complaining. Don't be a duck. Be an eagle. Ducks quack and complain. Eagles soar above the crowd." That hit me. He continued and said, it's all about me. I was always quacking and complaining. So I decided to change my attitude and become an eagle. I looked around at the other cabs and their drivers. The cabs were filthy dirty. The drivers were unfriendly, and the customers were unhappy. I decided to make some changes. I put in a few at a time. My customers responded really well. I did more. I take it's paid off for you, I said. It sure has, he said. My first year as an Eagle, I doubled my income from the previous year. This year, I'll probably quadruple it. My customers call me for appointments on my cell phone or leave a message, and now I love my job. Robert made a different choice. He decided to stop quacking like ducks and start soaring like eagles. I hope we all graduates decide to soar like an eagle and not quack like a duck. Please remember to thank all those that helped you along the way. With some hard work, a little support, you can achieve your dreams. You need to always do your best. You never want to look back 5, 10, 15 years from now thinking you could have done a better job. Don't have that regret. The responsibility for your success or failure will rest on your shoulders. Remember, nobody is successful without help. You're not alone. Try your best, ask for help, and accept that help when it comes your way. At this time, I want to personally thank all the students for a fantastic year. Thank you to all the staff for all your great work and extra special attention during our lockdowns and especially after the lockdown, returning life to as normal as possible. A special thank you to all the family and friends for supporting the graduates on their journey. Graduates, congratulations again on your achievements. I wish you all the best as you continue on your journey. On behalf of the PDCI staff, good luck on choosing to be an Eagle. And congratulations, PDCI graduating class 2022. Once a Blue Devil, always a Blue Devil. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fernier. I would now like to invite the readers, Mr. Bork and Ms. Jen Dowis, to come forward and assist the presenters with the diploma presentations. Students will be called alphabetically to receive their diplomas and will exit down the front stairs. We would like to mention that graduates designated with an asterisk have also received other certificates. A specialist high skills major for completing a focused program in arts and culture, business, horticulture and landscaping, information and communication technology, transportation technology, sports, or nonprofit sector. An extended French certificate for the completion of 7 French credits. An immersion French certificate for the completion of 10 French credits. A technical certificate for the completion of 7 technical courses. And Ontario Scholar recognition for earning 80% or higher in 6th grade 12 credits. In addition, certificates have been placed in students' graduate packages for subject proficiency awards. We ask you to please hold your applause until all graduates have received their diplomas. The first 2 rows of graduates are asked to please stand and exit to receive their diplomas.
Lauren Fleck. Lauren will be headed to Trent University this fall, where she will be enrolled in the Bachelor of Social Work program. Eventually, Lauren would love to have a job she enjoys, helping others, and maybe a family of her own. She has completed the nonprofit SHISM to earn her Red Seal. Max Allen. Max will be studying international business at the University of Ottawa. He would like to recognize his parents for all their support. He will always remember naps with Kaylin after Mrs. Rotar's law class. In 10 years, Max hopes to own his own dream car. Sophie Ball. Sophie has fond memories of video projects in Madame Stewart's French class and participating in students' council activities. She would like to thank her parents and gymnastic coach Louise Miller for their support over the years. Sophie will be studying marketing in the Bachelor of Commerce program at the University of Ottawa. Someday she envisions herself living in the city and traveling. She is the recipient of the Salto's athletic bursary and has completed the requirements for a French immersion certificate. Kaylin Bonsall. This fall, Kaylin would like to start a framing business, return to PDCI, and play basketball. He will always remember being named the biggest party animal. He would like to thank his mom for putting up with him during his teenage years, which wasn't the easiest for her, or us. In the fullness of time, Kaylin would like to start a family. He's a recipient of the Jason McMillan Memorial Award. Denver Bose. Denver plans to attend Algonquin College with the goal of becoming a power line technician. He has earned his Red Seal for the completion of the sports SHISM. He hopes to retire as quickly as possible and live on a cottage at the lake. Denver would like to thank his father and grandparents for all their support. Tate Boyce. Tate has received a Legion bursary and will be enrolled in Algonquin College this fall with the goal of becoming a power line technician. He envisions himself retired and playing lots of golf in the next 10 to 20 years. Tate has fond memories of participating in OFSA with the golf team. Evie Brayskirtle. Evie's favorite memories of PDCI include going to track meets, playing outdoor volleyball, eating lunch with friends in the CAF, and watching volleyball and basketball games in the gym. Next year, she will be enrolled in the Honors Bachelor of Science program at the University of Ottawa, where she received an entrance scholarship. She will major in biology and hopes to one day be an exotic animal veterinarian. She has earned her Red Seal through the completion of her sports SHISM. Eva would like to thank Mrs. Dowes for help with English, Mr. Anderson for getting her a vet co-op placement, and Mrs. Bork with course selection and university applications. Jesse Brusso. Jesse plans to take some time to consider his options and work full-time at Barnaby's for a year. Eventually, he would like to run his own business. Jesse has fond memories of spending time hanging out with friends during his time at PDCI. Aaliyah Buffalo. Aaliyah would like to thank the teachers and staff for all their support over the years. She enjoyed her time at PDCI, spending time with friends, taking great classes with awesome teachers, going to co-op, and participating in cultural workshops. She is the recipient of the Eaton Industries Award and the Photovisions Bursary and has completed her art SHISM to earn a Red Seal. Next year, she'll be enrolled in the Drawing Foundations program at Algonquin College. One day, she would like to live in Ottawa and work at her dream job. Bryden Burns. Bryden would like to thank his family, friends, and teachers for all their support during his time at PDCI. He will never forget the rumor that school would be getting a koi pond. Next year, he'll be enrolled in the Bachelor of Commerce program at Carleton University. In the future, he hopes to live in a larger town. Bryden is recognized for receiving the Canadian Woodman of the World Scholarship. Abby Carson. Abby is the recipient of the Eye and Vision Clinic Health Award and has earned a red seal for completing the sports SHISM. She will be studying science next fall at Queen's University. Her most memorable moment was participating in the OSSA finals with the basketball team. In due course, Abby looks forward to owning a dog and living on a lake. Natalie Kaya. Natalie is recognized for receiving the Mayor of Perth Award, earning her extended French certificate, and completing her sports SHISM. She would like to thank her parents, friends, and teachers for all their support. Next year, she'll be majoring in biology and studying life sciences at McGill University, where she received an admissions scholarship. Eventually, Natalie hopes to work in the medical field as a doctor, helping people, own pets, and have time to travel. During her time at PDCI, Natalie enjoyed spending time with her friends. Caden Chater. Caden is planning to study cognitive science at Carleton University in the fall. He would like to thank his family and grandpa for their encouragement throughout high school. In the future, Caden envisions himself climbing mountains and living a good life. Tessa Clark. Next year, Tessa will be studying criminology at the University of Ottawa. She would like to thank her parents for their support over the years. Tessa has completed the required courses for a French immersion certificate. Lakin Collister. Lakin will always remember winning second place in the Remembrance Day poem contest this year and working on an assignment that incorporated a drag element for Miss Legacy's art class. She'll be taking a gap year to work and save money for college. She hopes to work as a home designer and become a homeowner. Lakin would like to thank her mom for always helping her after school with homework and telling her she can achieve anything she set her mind to. Lexi Cote. Lexi is receiving the Highland Bus Service Award this evening and has earned her French immersion certificate. She will be enrolled in the professional hairstylist program at Versailles Academy. Eventually, Lexi wants to start a family, build her dream home, and open her own salon where she will make her clients' visions a reality. She would like to thank her friends and family for all their support. She would like to particularly recognize her parents who encourage her to work hard towards her goals. Sage Kniff. Sage will always remember participating in PDCI theater productions Into the Woods and Snow White. She would like to thank all of her teachers for their help, with a special shout out to Mrs. Bork and Madame Stewart for their support and advice. She has earned an extended French certificate. Next year, she will be majoring in biological and pharmaceutical chemistry at the University of Guelph. In the future, Sage hopes to complete a PhD, start a family, and continue to pursue her hobbies. Chloe Defoe. Chloe will be enrolled in the Forensic Science and Medical Professional stream of the Honors Science program at Trent University. She hopes to be happy and healthy with meaningful friendships and a rewarding career. She'd like to thank her family for their support over the years. Her most memorable moment was launching and selling popcorn for Kernels for Change. Chloe is receiving the True Britain's Masonic Lodge bursary this evening. Carson DeRitter. Carson is the recipient of the Dr. Murray R. Wilson Education Trust Scholarship. He will be studying computational biochemistry at Carleton University in September. While there's no way to predict what the future holds, Carson hopes to be doing what he loves. Destiny Desrosier. Destiny is grateful for meeting their friends in grade 7 as they now have become a second family to them. They would like to give a shout out to Mrs. Wright for all her support during her time at PDCI. Destiny plans to take a gap year. One day they hope to live with a pet and significant other in a nice apartment somewhere outside of Perth. Jocelyn Dezanne. Jocelyn will be studying human kinetics at Ottawa University this fall. She's earned her French immersion certificate. One day she hopes to live in a forest in the mountains, successful and happy with her choices. Jocelyn is appreciative of Grace Jeffries and Khalil Cafe for always being there for her. Her best memory of high school was throwing the shot put farther than the javelin at the Brockville track meet. Gage Donaldson. Gage has good memories of reconnecting with the friends at the start of each school year and making the honor roll in grade 10. He would like to thank his family, friends, and teachers for shaping him into the person he is today. He plans to take a gap year to continue working. In the future, he hopes to be working at a trade. Parker Dowdle. Parker plans to take a gap year to work before going to college to become a tattoo artist. In due time, he would like to open his own tattoo shop. He'd like to give a shout out to the boys for their presence in his life. Abigail Doyle. Abigail will never forget meeting Hannah while running the track during the 400-meter race. Abigail plans to take the year off to work and save money for college. In the future, she would like to work as an office administrator. Abigail would like to thank Mrs. Bork for meeting with her whenever she needed guidance and reassurance. Could we ask the next row of graduates to please rise and make their way to back of the stage? Ryan Drinnen. Ryan was a very active participant in the PDCI basketball program and is appreciative of the learning opportunities through the cooperative education program. He's recognized this evening for receiving the Township of Lanark Highlands Most Improved Math Award. Ethan Dume. Ethan will always remember setting track records during his time at PDCI. Now that he's graduating, he plans to fly with the wind and see where it takes him. In the future, he hopes to find a job he enjoys and maybe start a family. Ethan is receiving a PDCI staff bursary. Lucas Dunlop. Lucas plans to enter the work world as an apprentice welder for Easton Made. He sees himself as a full-time welder while continuing to work on the family farm on a part-time basis. Lucas has completed the requirements for the transportation certificate. Isabel Ernie. Isabel will be enrolled in the Critical Studies in Equity and Solidarity program at the University of Toronto. Isabel has many goals. She anticipates working for an NGO, traveling, modeling internationally, and helping individuals in need. Nevaeh Evangelo. Nevaeh would like to thank the Bork family, her friends and family for all their support. She is the recipient of one of the PDCI Student Services bursary and the Perth Masonic Temple bursary. Next year, she will be studying family studies and human development at the University of Guelph. Nevaeh is not sure what the future holds, but she looks forward to getting her degree and starting a new chapter in her life. Alex Ferguson. Next year, Alex will be studying aircraft maintenance at Centennial College. Once he completes his studies, he'd like to work at an airport and farm on the side. Alex has earned a red seal for completion of the sports SHISM. Peyton Finley. Peyton will be enrolled in the Occupational and Physical Therapy Assistant Program at Algonquin College in September. Her goal is to be employed in her field of study and live in a nice home with her family. She is being recognized for receiving the BBD&E Firefighters Association Award and the AMIA Canada Incorporated Award, and has completed her sports SHISM to earn a Red Seal. Peyton would like to recognize Mrs. Wright for making the hard days better and always providing support. Cecilia Forget. Cecilia would like to thank her parents for their love and support, and Madame Stewart for having students' best interest at heart and believing in their strengths. She has earned her French Immersion Certificate and is the recipient of the Perth Chiropractic Award. Cecilia's memorable moments include French class, making videos with friends, and the time Lexi dressed as Dr. Phil. In the fall, she will be enrolled with Mr. Wallace and artist Kanye West and Mr. Worldwide for being a source of inspiration. Simon will be taking a gap year to travel and consider his options before embarking on a career which will result in becoming a multi-quadrillionaire. Daniel Gallant. Daniel will be attending York University and seek acting opportunities here and in the Toronto area, as well as freelance voice acting gigs online. Ultimately, Daniel wants to live abroad, making a living as an actor. He would like to thank his parents for their support over the years. Amy Garrett. Amy is a recipient of an education award provided by the Canadian Universities Federation of Women, the Barker Wilson Professional Corporation Award, and the Perth and District Chamber of Commerce Business Award. She has earned her SHISM in business. She will be studying management at the University of Toronto in the fall. After she gets her degree, she'd like to open her own business and travel the world. Amy fondly remembers the PDCI Blue Notes band trip to Toronto and having fun with her friends. She's thankful to her friends and family for being there for her and her teachers for helping her. Thank you for those cupcakes. Sam Gilbertson. Sam would like to study structural firefighting in the college next winter in Texas. Accordingly, he envisions himself in the future playing with fire in the bush. Sam enjoyed his time at PDCI, remembering every day as a new adventure. He earned his Red Seal for the sports SHISM. I'd like to give a shout out to Mr. Bellamy and Mr. Moore for teaching him life skills, and Mrs. Bork for helping him do it. Oliver Goebel, OG. Oliver will never forget winning volleyball in grade 9. He would like to thank his coaches for all their support. While he's not sure what the future holds, he hopes to be gainfully employed. Oliver is the recipient this evening of the Drummond Central School Scholarship and the Retired Teachers of Ontario District 29 Lanark Award. Daniel Hackett. Daniel greatly appreciates the opportunities the cooperative education program at PDCI has provided for him. He intends to continue in the welding field. He's earned a Red Seal in the transportation SHISM and is receiving the Tim Hortons bursary in honor of Sean Michael Bant. Wyatt Harvey. Wyatt plans to enter the world of work where he plans to make a lot of money. In fact, his longer-term goal is to be a self-made millionaire. He will never forget his time at PDCI. He's earned a technical certificate and is being recognized for receiving the Bob Brown Memorial Bursary. Not sure what that was. Emma Hermer. Emma would like to thank her parents for pushing her to complete her homework and all her teachers. She has fond memories of being part of the girls' volleyball team and track and field. She's one of the recipients of the Perth and District Community Foundation Ken Gray Memorial Scholarship and has completed her sports SHISM. In the fall, Emma will be enrolled in the paramedics program at Cambrian College and would someday like to raise a family while working as a paramedic in our area. Cohen Hearns. Cohen hopes to one day write scripts for TV shows and films. In the meantime, he plans to work, save his money, and get his driver's license. Cohen would like to thank his mom for her support, Mrs. Bork for assistance with course selection, and Mrs. Wright for providing help whenever he needed it. Cohen will never forget fun times in drama class and meeting his friends. Dana Hodge Buffum. Dana would like to thank his mom, stepdad, dad, and stepmom for all their support during his time at PDCI. This evening, he is receiving a technical certificate, a Tim Hortons bursary in honor of Sean Michael Bant, and has earned his transportation schism. He plans to take a gap year to work and consider his options before heading to college. In the future, he plans to be gainfully employed. Justin Hollywood. Justin will be enrolled in the engineering technician program at Algonquin College this September. He hopes to one day have a nice truck and live in a big house with his family. Justin has fond memories of after-school activities during his time at PDCI. He'd like to thank his mom, dad, sister, and grandparents for all their encouragement. He has earned a red seal for completing the nonprofit schism. Hannah Jarvis. For Hannah, the highlight of her time at PDCI was meeting her best friends, Cammie and Abby. She would like to recognize Mrs. Bork as an amazing person who was always there for her when she needed to make decisions. Hannah plans to enroll in the Occupational Therapy and Physiotherapist Assistant Program at Fleming College. While Hannah is unsure what the future may bring, she anticipates lots of travel. Grace Jeffries. Grace will be attending Ottawa University in the fall, where she will be studying political science and philosophy, where she received an entrance scholarship. She looks forward to whatever the future brings. She'd like to thank her mom for all her support. When she thinks back over the past few years at PDCI, it was all good. Lily Johnson. Lily will be enrolled in the Bachelor of Commerce program at the University of Guelph. She is receiving the Students' Council bursary and has earned her French immersion certificate. In the future, she hopes to have a successful career and travel the world as much as possible. She'd like to give a shout out to her parents and Madame Stewart for believing in her. Lily will always remember making ridiculous eye movies in grade 7-8 French class. Khalil Cafe. Khalil would like to thank Mr. Hart for supporting tech programs and sparking his passion for engineering vis-a-vis the robotics team. Unsurprisingly, his favorite memory involves the robotics team. In the fall, Khalil will be studying general engineering at Queen's University. One day he hopes to live and work on Mars as an engineer on the development of large-scale Martian colonies. Caden Kennedy. Caden would like to express his gratitude to the guidance department and his teachers for being such troopers in dealing with his absences. Next year, Caden will be studying music industry arts at Algonquin College, and eventually he looks forward to successfully working in the music industry. Caitlin Killingbeck. In the fall, Caitlin will be enrolled in the Therapeutic Recreation Program at Fleming College. Her goal is to work with the elderly. Caitlin completed the Sports High School Skills major and is the recipient of the Lioness Club of Perth bursary and the Stewart School Award. Lily King. Lily is receiving this evening the Dr. John and Nora Wickware Memorial Award. She plans to study pre-health sciences at Fleming College this fall. Eventually, she would like to be a travel nurse with no commitments beyond those of her job. She would like to thank her mom and Nan for always supporting her.
Taylor LaBelle. Taylor earned her Red Seal in the Sports Schism. She will be enrolled in the Bachelor of Arts program at Queen's University in the fall. Her plan is to work as an occupational therapist with senior citizens. Taylor would like to thank her parents for their continuous support and guidance that helped her be where she is today. Her memorable moment was winning the volleyball LCIAA championships this year. Alyssa Lafrenière. Alyssa is one of the recipients of the PDCI Student Services Bursary and has earned her Arts Schism. She will be taking a gap year to travel and live in Japan. When she returns, she will be enrolled in the Life Sciences program at the University of Toronto, where she has received an entrance scholarship. In the future, she would like to be a doctor of veterinary medicine, specializing in surgery while pursuing her artistic interests on the side. Alyssa is thankful to her Nana for instilling values of hard work and high achievement in her, as well as a love of reading and the arts. Rowan Lahez. Rowan would like to thank his parents and teachers for their support over the years. He enjoyed sports and team events at PDCI and had fun with great people over his 4 years of high school. He is the recipient of the Michael Barda Scholarship. Next year, Rowan will be studying engineering at Queen's University. He anticipates working in the field of engineering. Isaac McKay. Isaac is taking a gap year before heading to college. He is considering studying horticulture in Niagara Falls. Isaac has fond memories of hanging out with his friends during his time at PDCI. Isaac would like to thank everyone for all their support in helping him get to this moment. Ethan Marges. Ethan has completed his Information Communication Technology Schism, earning a red seal. He will be taking a gap year and saving money for college. In the future, he hopes to have graduated from college and work at a career he enjoys. With the next 2 rows of graduates, please proceed to the backstage. Okay, we will continue. Ben Marr. Bennett would like to thank his mom and dad for all their support. In September, Bennett will be studying biotechnology at the University of Ottawa. Bennett has good memories of working and playing hockey. Nathan Matheson. Nathan will never forget Mr. Bellamy's class. He will continue getting lots of exercise playing soccer in Spain next year. Long term, Nathan hopes to continue playing soccer or work in the field of sports medicine. Nathan would like to thank Mrs. Bork for always being there, Mrs. Fleming for cross country, and Mr. Bellamy for being an amazing coach and leader who made him laugh. All 3 of you have been so supportive. Wyatt McAdoo. Wyatt plans to attend St. Lawrence College, where he will be studying civil engineering technology. One day, he hopes to be employed as a civil engineer. Wyatt would like to thank his parents for their support and give a shout out to Nate Matheson for trying to keep him on track. Wyatt enjoyed hanging out with his buddies during his time at PDCI. Kayla McCracken. Kayla would like to thank Bill Nye, Hank Green, and Sal Khan for helping her get through high school. She will always remember Mr. Chalmers telling them they wouldn't remember this moment in 5 years. This fall, Kayla will be studying forensic science at Trent University. Eventually, she hopes to examine many dead bodies in the course of her job. This evening, she is receiving the Lions Club of Perth bursary. Hunter McGonigal. Hunter enjoyed the whole experience at PDCI, especially taking classes that interested him. He is receiving a technical certificate with his diploma. He plans to take a gap year to work before signing on for his Tier 1 commercial apprenticeship. Eventually, he would like to work as either a carpenter or mechanic, become a homeowner, and start a family. Hunter would like to thank the staff, his friends, and family for pushing him to finish. Samuel McNamee. Sam is receiving a Red Seal for the business schism. He plans to attend the University of Ottawa, where he will study accounting. His goal is to work as a CPA. He would like to thank his co-workers for inspiring him to follow his dreams. The highlight of Sam's time at PDCI was when one of his teachers entrusted him to get the computer cart and bring it to class. Stevie McPherson Elliott. Stevie will be studying health and behavioral science at Trent University this fall. In time, she hopes to work in the medical field. She has fond memories of playing sports at PDCI. She has completed her sports schism. Stevie would like to thank her family and friends for all their support. Kira Mitchell. This fall, Kira will be studying applied science at Queen's University. She is the recipient of the Kiwanis Foundation Award and is receiving a Red Seal for completion of the business schism. In 10 to 20 years, she sees herself working with the organization Engineers Without Borders in various countries. She hopes to one day settle on the coast. One memory that will always stay with Kira would be the talent show when the Mahans sang and danced to the song, "Take Me Home, Country Roads." She would also like to thank her parents and her grandparents for their love and support. Ryan Mitchell Smithson. Ryan plans to work after graduation. Eventually, he would like to have a stable job that pays well and become a pet owner. He will always remember playing cards with Mr. Gallion at lunch and has good memories of a trip to Le Ronde pre-COVID. Ryan would like to thank all the teachers for helping him over the years at PDCI. You are the best, and he will miss you all. He is the recipient of one of the PDCI staff bursaries. Torrance Maloney. Torrance would like to recognize her family for always being there for her. She plans to work for a year and save money for college. One day, Torrance hopes to land her dream job of being a vet technician. Caleb Moore. Caleb will be studying mechanical engineering at the University of Waterloo. He has earned an extended French certificate, bravo, and is receiving the Perth and District Community Foundation Macintosh Perry Consulting Engineers Award. He has fond memories of taking Madame Stewart's HSP class in grade 11. Caleb would like to extend a thank you to all of his teachers from elementary school to present for pushing him and making class engaging. He would also like to thank his mom for her love and support. Isabel Morrison. During her time at PDCI, Isabel enjoyed competing on sports teams and attending dances. She has earned a Red Seal for completing her sports schism. She plans to take a gap year to figure out what she wants to do and work to save money to achieve her goals. In the future, Isabel hopes to have secure employment and start a family. Evan Mulville. Evan would like to thank his friends, family, and teachers for their support, with a special shout out to Mrs. Wright and Mrs. Bork for keeping him focused. Evan plans to work this summer and then hopes to apprentice for a local electrical business. His long-term plan is to become a licensed electrician, start a family, and have time to play golf. Evan is receiving the Glen Tay School Award and completed his sports schism. Grace Nesbitt. Grace plans to take a gap year to work and save money for university. She has completed the business schism to earn a Red Seal. In 10 to 20 years, she sees herself working as a body piercer. Grace's fondest memory involves setting up for school dances in grade 9 as part of student council. recognized for receiving the Mariner Family Scholarship. She would like to thank her friends for making high school so fun. In the fall, Taylor will be studying kinesiology at Queen's University. Eventually, she hopes to graduate from med school, get married, and work as a forensic pathologist. Winning the UCLAA championships for volleyball is Taylor's fondest memory of her time at PDCI. Oliver Patterson. Oliver is the recipient of the Perth Rotary Club bursary. He will be working for Gent Construction Services starting this summer. In the future, he hopes to be wealthy and successful in his chosen field. Oliver would like to thank his family and friends for pushing him to do his best. Jeremy Pellicos. Jeremy would like to thank his family for being there for him and providing him with the things he needed. He would also like to thank his friends for putting up with him, as he can be a handful more often than not. Indeed, Jeremy's fondest memories of PDCI involve hanging out with friends. Jeremy plans to begin working in the field of abatement. In 10 years, he sees himself making good money, ensuring a stable financial future for himself and a potential family. Ben Perkins. This fall, Ben will be enrolled in the Concurrent Education Arts Honors Program at the Bader College campus of Queen's University. This evening, he is receiving the Queen Elizabeth School Scholarship. Someday, he hopes to live in a warmer climate as a published writer. Ben would like to thank his parents, teachers, and everyone else who encouraged him to keep going and keep writing. Marshall Peters. Marshall will always remember playing Cards Against Humanity with his friends at lunch, the band trip to Toronto, and using the elevator pass when he broke his arm. Marshall has earned a French immersion certificate and is receiving the Lillian A. Waddell Award and the Perth Old Boys in Ottawa Award. Next year, he will study engineering at Queen's University. Marshall would like to thank his parents for their support. Luke Popowell. Luke's most memorable moment at PDCI was participating in the pit band. He also fondly remembers winning a bike at the Perth Fair when he was 5. Luke would like to thank Simon Joseph Funston for all his help over the years. He plans to study medical sciences at Western University. He is still thinking about what he would like to do in the future. Kelsey Pratt. Kelsey will attend the University of Ottawa, where she will be enrolled in the nursing program. She is the recipient of the Perth and Smiths Falls District Hospital bursary and completed her sports high skills major. Eventually, she would either like to be involved in bringing new lives into the world or helping those at the end of theirs be comfortable during their final days. Kelsey would like to thank her mom for her guidance and support, no matter what Kelsey chose to do. Megan Purdy. Megan would like to recognize her mom as being her biggest inspiration. Graduation would not have been possible without her. Megan has earned a red seal for the sportsism. Megan plans on attending college this fall. Afterwards, she looks forward to traveling and doing the things she loves. Georgia Rivington. Georgia will be enrolled in the kinesiology program at St. Francis Xavier University this fall. In the future, she hopes to work as a physiotherapist. She has fond memories of school sports, playing volleyball, dances, and all the spirit days. She is recognized for receiving one of the Perth Rotary Club bursaries and completion of her sportsism. Georgia would like to thank Mr. Anderson and Mrs. Tavares for being the best coaches and Mr. Bellamy for fitness class. Travis Rose. Travis will be taking a gap year to consider his options. One day, he hopes to have a family and a job he enjoys. Travis would like to thank his parents and teachers for their encouragement. would like to thank everyone she met for making this such a great exchange year. She has positive memories of eating lunch in the cafeteria with her new friends. Korakot plans to take a gap year and work in Thailand. She looks forward to having a stable job one day and traveling the world. Jackson Runge. Jackson will be attending St. Lawrence College next year in the General Arts and Science Certificate Pre-Stream program. He is the recipient of the St. Lawrence College Board of Governors Entrance Scholarship. He envisions working as either a carpenter or electrician and having a family with children. Jackson's favorite part of high school was gym class. Jackson would like to thank his father for all of his support. Would the next two rows of graduates please proceed to the stage? Continue. Shante Sachow. Shante will be enrolled in the paramedics program at Loyalist College this fall. She has earned her Red Seal for completing the Environmental Science Specialist High Skills major. Her plans for the future include working as a paramedic and starting a family. Dalton Schneider. Dalton plans to take a gap year to work and consider his options. He would like to thank his parents for their support. Dalton enjoyed his classes at PDCI and will always remember them with fondness. He earned a Red Seal for completing the Transportation Schism. Emily Schnorr. Emily was an active member of the Cooperative Education Program at PDCI. She plans to continue working next year. Bryant Skog. Bryant plans to begin working at Kelford's Truck Repair here in Perth as a Level 2 truck and coach apprentice. Eventually, he would like to be a fully licensed diesel mechanic. Bryant would like to thank Mr. Anderson for helping him get into the Level 1 truck and coach program at Kemptville College. He is the recipient of the Cliffs Auto Parts and CK Storage Bursary and has completed the components of the Transportation Schism to earn a Red Seal. Riker Stinson. Riker is looking forward to taking a gap year away from studying. He plans on working and traveling around North America. His long-term plan is to become a chiropractor. Zoe Strawn. Zoe has great memories of making it to 3 different OFSA championships, twice for cross country and once for tennis. She will be studying human kinetics at the University of Guelph in September. She is the recipient of one of the PDCI staff bursaries. In the future, she would like to own her own business or physio clinic, as well as travel and explore countries she hasn't visited yet. Zoe would like to thank her friends, family, coaches, and teachers for making her high school experience that much better. Ariana Sweeney. Ariana plans to enter the world of work. Eventually, she would like to get married and have 2 children. Ariana will always remember Mr. Moore's shop class. She has earned her technical certificate and is the recipient this evening of the Dodds and Irwin Award and the Township of Lanark Highlands Citizenship Award. Caleb Thomas. Caleb will be working full-time at Arnott Brothers Construction Company. In 10 to 20 years, he hopes to still be working in the construction industry, running heavy equipment. Caleb has earned both his technical certificate and Red Seal in the Transportation Schism. Cami Sophia is recognized for receiving the International Student Award. She will never forget joining PDCI's welcoming and supportive cross-country team. That and the thrill before the start of the race are things she will remember when she returns to Italy to graduate. Sophia is interested in traveling, learning about different cultures, and possibly doing another exchange year before earning a degree in nutritional sciences. Boris Daskovich. Boris has earned a Red Seal in the Business High Skills major. He plans to enter the world of work. He hopes to lead a peaceful life, enjoying nature and spending time outside. Boris leaves PDCI with fond memories of his classes. Zachary Truelove. Zach will be taking a gap year to consider his options. He will always remember participating in the pit band in grade 10. Zach would like to thank his friends, family, and all his teachers for their support. While Zach is uncertain what the future will bring, he is positive that he will be having a good time, whatever he ends up doing. Chelsea Tryon. Chelsea would like to recognize her mom for dealing with her and helping her achieve her goals. She is the recipient of one of the Perth and District Community Foundation Ken Gray Memorial Scholarships and has earned her sports schism. In September, Chelsea will be enrolled in the Pre-Health Sciences program at Cambrian College. Eventually, she would like to work in a hospital. Jessica Warwick. Jessica enjoyed making friends at PDCI, particularly her best friend, Aaliyah. She plans to work as a flagger in the field of construction. In the fullness of time, Jessica would like to get married, start a family, and have a successful job. Jessica would like to thank her family and boyfriend for supporting her in achieving her goals. McKenna Warwick. McKenna will be studying marketing and advertising at Algonquin College this fall. She is not sure what she will be doing in 10 to 20 years, but looks forward to finding out. She has also earned her extended French certificate. Bravo. Heath Zander. Heath is off to Wilfrid Laurier University, where he will be enrolled in the Film Studies program. He plans to write scripts for films and TV shows, as well as watch the New Orleans Pelicans win the NBA championship. Heath has fond memories of making videos and media arts with Hayden Cameron. Heath would like to thank his family and friends for their support during his time at PDCI. He is receiving the Verna Harold Memorial Bursary.
We would like all the 2022 graduates please to stand and be recognized for their accomplishments at this point. Thank you, graduates. Finally, we'd like to honor the student with the highest academic standing of all graduates based on all their grade 11 and 12 courses. For over 100 years, the Governors General of Canada have sponsored an academic medal which encourages and recognizes outstanding scholars. Mr. Fournier will now present this medal on behalf of the Governor General to our top student of the graduating class of 2022. Congratulations to a very deserving winner, Natalie Kaya. I'd like to invite Mrs. Lori Stewart back to come forward now and introduce the valedictorian of the 2022 graduating class.
It is my pleasure to introduce your 2022 valedictorian, Lauren Fleck. Pleasure of knowing Lauren from infancy to young adulthood. Lauren's bubbly personality, her bouncy ringlets, and her sincere smile are traits that she has had since she was a wee girl. Lauren is now a remarkable young woman, graduating as an Ontario Scholar with big dreams to pursue. She's heading to Trent University in the fall to study social work, where I know she will make amazing friends. But not to worry, Lauren will ensure she remains close to all her cherished friends from PDCI. Lauren has been a dedicated dancer from a young age, recently sharing her passion for dance at our talent show. Lauren, it has been my sincere pleasure being your teacher and friend. May you always take the time to dance.
She brought up dance and I'm going to cry. Okay. So good evening to all of our honored guests, my fellow graduates, and thank you to all of the teachers, parents, grandparents, and other family that were able to join us here tonight. Before I begin, I would like to introduce myself. For those of you who may not know me, hi. I'm Lauren, and I'm the PDCI Class of 2022 Valedictorian. High school. It is something that everyone experiences differently, along with something that definitely hasn't been what we expected it to be, but nonetheless, we've made the best of it. More so than it may be for us, this is a night that is especially sentimental to all of you who have supported our graduates throughout their lives, because this is a milestone which recognizes that we as children have officially grown up. To all of you in the audience, it must feel as though just yesterday we were beginning to learn how to read and write. And now you have watched us walk across the stage and receive our high school diplomas. That's how fast time flies. Sometimes faster than we wish it to, but that's just part of life and growing up. After tonight, a new chapter will open up in all of our lives, and no matter where it may take us, walking out of here tonight with our diplomas is just the first step. As we grow up, we will not only gain a new sense of freedom, but also the confidence to be ourselves no matter what. And even though sometimes we must leave to find true freedom and the opportunities and place where we feel safe, loved, and accepted unconditionally, will always be with those we love. So even though our stories are changing, as we enter this new stage in our lives, just know that we will always need you. Our high school careers have all been different, but I'm sure we can all agree they have been full of friendship, memories, and moments we will never forget. Whether your high school story includes your participation in one of or all of the sports teams, drama and arts clubs, students' council, academic clubs, or even just participating in every spirit day, there will always be those sentimental moments we remember. Even if you weren't part of a club, but instead have those special moments from a class or event, or even something that was hosted within the school. As we've all gathered here tonight, each and every one of us will be able to walk away with a small piece of PDCI. As for the past year, there are so many things that we can be grateful for. Not only were we able to host events like the 3-on-3 basketball and outdoor volleyball for the first time in 2 years, we are also the first graduating class in the past 2 years to have had a real and in-person graduation and to have had a prom. Our prom would not have been possible if not for all of the donations given by the small businesses and generous parents within Perth. That is what is so amazing about living in a small town. We all come together to support one another. We are not only a community, but a family as well. Which is why I would also like to give thanks to all of our community members and businesses who sponsored bursaries and awards this year. Your support is greatly appreciated. Now, to all of my fellow graduates, be proud of yourselves. You have accomplished so much and will accomplish so much more. Take time for yourselves to not only look back on these accomplishments, but to also thank those who helped you reach them. Whether it be a friend, a coach, teacher, parent, or even yourselves, make sure to give those thanks because we've all earned it. So, as we leave here tonight, we stand before you, our supporters, prepared to step into a special chapter in our lives, which has been written just for us. So, as PDCI's 2022 Valedictorian, I would not only like to thank our audience for joining us here tonight, but to all my fellow graduates for giving me this opportunity. Congratulations, everyone. Here we go. Chapter 1 of our new lives start now. I'll leave the titles up to you.
Thank you, Lauren. We would like to ask you to now join in reflecting upon the last year.
Auspiciousness and causes of success. May you have the confidence to always do your best. May you take no effort in your being generous, sharing what you can, nothing more, nothing less. May you know the meaning of the word happiness. May you always lead from the beating in your chest. May you be treated like an esteemed guest. May you get to rest, may you catch your breath. Oh, may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Whoa, oh, may the road less paved be the road that you follow. Oh, well, here's to the hearts that you're gonna break. Here's to the lives that you're gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we're gonna have. You don't need money, you got a free pass. Here's to the fact that I'll be sad without you. I want you to have it all. 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 May you be as fascinating as a slap bracelet. May you keep the chaos and the clutter off your desk. May you have unquestionable health and less stress. Having no possessions, though immeasurable wealth. May you get a gold star on your next test. May your educated guesses always be correct. And may you win prizes shining like diamonds. May you really own it each moment to the next. Or may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows. Whoa. Or may the road less paved be the road that you follow. Whoa. Well, here's to the hearts that you're gonna break. Here's to the lives that you're gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we're gonna have. You don't need money, you got a free pass. Here's to the fact that I'll be sad without you. I want you to have it all. 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 Oh, I want you to have it all. All you can imagine. Oh, no matter what your path is, if you believe it, then anything can happen. Go, go, go. Raise your glasses. Go, go, go. You can have it. Here's to the hearts that you're gonna break. Here's to the lives that you're gonna change. Here's to the infinite possible ways to love you. I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we're gonna have. You don't need money, you got a free pass. Here's to the fact that I'll be sad without you. I want you to have it all. 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 I want you to have it. Here's to the good times we're gonna come easy and the moments pass slow, and each road leads you where you wanna go. And if you're faced with a choice and you have to choose, I hope you choose the one that means the most to you. And if one door opens to another door closed, I hope you keep on walking till you find the window. If it's cold outside, show the world the warmth of your smile. But more than anything, more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you want it to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this is my wish. I hope you never look back, but you never forget all the ones who love you in the place you left. I hope you always forgive and you never regret, and you help somebody every chance you get. Oh, you find God's grace in every mistake, and always give more than you take. But more than anything, yeah, more than anything, my wish for you is that this life becomes all that you want it to. Your dreams stay big, your worries stay small. You never need to carry more than you can hold. And while you're out there getting where you're getting to, I hope you know somebody loves you and wants the same things too. Yeah, this is my wish. My wish for you is that this life becomes all Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos of memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.
Following the recessional, we invite you to make your way to the cafeteria for refreshments. Your graduate will join you shortly. As well, representatives from Photovisions are set up in the lobby if you wish to purchase a professional photograph taken of your graduate during the ceremony. Congratulations to the class of 2022. We ask the audience to now stand while the platform party, staff, followed by the graduates, exit the auditorium.